Yes. Yeah. Yeah, morning all. Sorry, good evening all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not?
Yeah.
Fine, thank you. Yes. So just we had a demo session right last day, right? Yes. Just I was briefing you about the introduction of Python. So just Python was introduced in the year 19. Just 5-10 minutes. I'll just give the introduction, right? So Python was introduced in the year 1989, almost like more than 30 years back it was introduced, but all of a sudden Python has got a great boom, right? So because of thousands of modules, Python is providing 89,300 modules Python is providing for different environments. Whatever environment or domain you are from, Python is providing modules for each and every environment, right? Yes. And also Python has got multi-programming features, multiple programming languages. It has got the features of different other programming languages. So reasons which makes just reasons which makes so I can say otherwise reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Otherwise, Python has right. Yes. First thing is people are getting migrated towards Python, attracted towards Python, or migrated towards Python because of its very less coding, right? Very less code you see in Python. One-fourth coding as compared with other programming languages. Not even one-fourth coding, right? And the syntaxes of Python looks like normal English statements. Very simple syntaxes given by Python, right? Simple syntaxes given by Python looks like normal English statements. Interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. I was saying in the last session, right? Just in the bottom search panel, if you type CMD and say enter, right? We can easily interact. For every statement, it gives response. CMD, you can, sorry, Python, you type here and say enter. This Python version will be displayed. Python interpreter gets, you'll get this Python interpreter, right? Yes. Any valid Python statements, 2 plus 1, 5 into 6, any valid Python statements, x has 10, y has 2, x plus y, x minus y, x into y, x by y, right? Yes. Any valid Python statements, x into 2, x to the power of 2, 10 square, right? X equal to Ajay, y equal to Kumar, right? X plus y, what is that? Ajay Kumar, right? This is that. Fine. So interactive mode, we can easily interact with Python. Multi-programming features, what all the programming features we see in different other programmings, all the features we see here in Python, right? Wide varieties of applications, wide varieties of applications we can create. Any kind of applications like web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, networking applications, desktop applications, CAD applications, audio and video applications. It's not for a particular purpose. Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python. That too, it's widely used in implementing different high-end technologies, right? And many built-in, right? Built-in libraries, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different environments, for data science, for big data, for networking, for testing, for databases, for graphs. It's in this way for everything, right? Yes. It's a general purpose programming. General purpose means any kind of applications we can develop. It's not for a particular. Okay, general purpose programming, right? Yes. It's a high level language. Python is a high level language. It can be easily understandable. The code you can easily carry, right? Platform independent. Platform independent. It can run on all the environments, right? All it can run on all the machines and all the hardwares, right? All the hardwares and all the operating systems. Platform independent. It is a interpreted language. Interpreted language means line to line by line execution, which makes debugging easy. Programmer friendly. Programmer friendly programming. Programmer friendly programming, right? So these are the Python has got very less coding, simple syntaxes, interactive mode. It has got multi-programming features, many built-in libraries, thousands of modules, high-level language, platform independent, interpreted, and programmer-friendly programming, right? So before I go with the actual Python technicals, right, you need to know something about PSF. PSF, right? Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation, right? Python Software Foundation, PSF. So PSF, it is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community, devoted towards Python community, right? It was launched in the year, it was launched in the year PSF, I'm talking about PSF, right? It was launched in the year 2001. The main objective of this PSF to faster the development of Python, to faster the development of Python, right? From version to version, to faster the development of Python, version to version. In the year 2005, Python Software Foundation received, right? It received Computer World Horizon Award, Computer World Horizon Award. The president for this Python Software Foundation, right? The president for this PSF, Python Software Foundation, right? Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum. He is the personality who introduced Python. He is the personality, right? Who developed Python. He is the same personality who is the president for this Python Software Foundation, right? Headquarters. Python.org, official website, python.org, right? Yes. Okay. Next, Python versions. So before I go with the Python installations or execution modes, you need to know something about the Python versions. So Python 1.x version, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. The first one version was released in the year 1989. Python 2.x version, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, right? The first two version in the year 2000. The version what we are using currently, 3 version, right? Yes, it was introduced in the year 2008. The version what we are using currently is 3 version only, right? Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python, right? Yes. Sorry. Is my voice clear to all now? Can anyone please confirm? Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, now
Yes,
it's
yes. Now it's audible.
Sorry, there was a power outage. There is a power cut. I was
fine.
outside the meeting. Fine.
No problem. Thank you.
Fine. So Python versions, Python 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. The version what we are using is Python 3.12. All right, that this is the version that we are going to install. This is the version we are going to install, right? Yes. Python 3.12. Right. So Python installation. Hardly it takes just 1 to 2 minutes to install Python. Python installation. You will be getting the recordings of this, right? Not a problem. Everyone, you will be getting the recordings. The session is getting recorded, right? Yes. So I will go to this.
So do we get this documentation as well?
Yeah, you will be getting this documentation, clear documentation, everything. You will be getting it.
Okay. Yeah, thank
Fine. Yes, just to go to this start programs. So settings. So within these apps and features. So just I'll be showing you from the scratch, right? How to download and how to install Python. So first, let me uninstall this Python from my system. 3.12.4, I am uninstalling it. I'm just uninstalling it, right? Yes. Yes, uninstallation is progress. See, Python is providing different softwares for different environments. It is providing different softwares for different environments. For Windows, for Linux, and for Mac OS. For Linux, no need of any installation. By default, along with the Linux installation, by default, Python also is going to get installed. You are going to get Python as inbuilt within the Linux operating system. But for Windows or for Mac OS, you're supposed to download and you're supposed to install it, right? Once again, can anyone please confirm? Is my voice clear to all?
Yes.
Fine,
Yes,
thank you.
please.
So, and Python is going to provide different softwares for Windows environment. Two softwares it is going to provide for Windows environment, right? One, depending upon your type of operating system, like you'll be having 32-bit operating system, 64-bit operating system. If you're I hope everyone using 64-bit operating system. Means if you are using the older versions of Windows like Windows 7 or Windows 8, if you've got 32-bit, right? You are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. Okay, how will you check whether your system, whether your operating system is it 32-bit or 64-bit? 1 second. So uninstallation was successful. I'm closing it now. To check whether your operating system is 32-bit or 64-bit, just to go to this your file explorer. You can click this PC. This PC is there right here. This PC. This PC. Right click and say properties. Right click and say properties. You are what you are going to see here. What you are going to see. 64-bit operating system. What you are going to 64-bit operating system. Okay. So if it is 32-bit, just download 32-bit Python software. The 64-bit, if you are using Windows 10, Windows 11, right? You've got 64-bit operating system, download 64-bit. Now I will show you the downloading process of Python. How to download Python, installation of Python. Open your Chrome browser. Within the Chrome browser, right? Yes. What is the official website for Python? www.python.org. Python.org, right? It is the official website for Python from where you are going to download Python, right? Python.org, official website for Python. Within this, you are able to see the downloads and also documentation. Documentation also, Python provides clear documentation. Means if any new release comes, it will clearly show what are the new features, what are the old features which got removed. Right. So within the downloads, all releases, just click this all releases, right? And just scroll down to the bottom of this page. Scroll down. You will see active Python releases. You are able to see active Python releases. And still, if you scroll down, right? Looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release. Within this, looking for a specific release, the latest version 3.12.4. Select 3.12.4. June 6th, 2024. When it was released? June 6th, to exactly 1 month ago. Just click it, click on this, you will get this Python 3.12.4. Scroll down to the bottom, right, scroll down, right. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, right, yes. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, right. Windows installer 64-bit it is showing, 64 Windows installer 32-bit it is showing. If your Windows is 64-bit, download this. This 32-bit, download this. For Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. Okay. So just I'll click this Windows installer 64-bit. Click it. Yes. Just downloading in progress, right? Downloading in progress. Just it is 20, just one download in progress. Just 25.5 MB of size. The Python software size is just 25.5 MB of size. Hardly it takes 1 minute to install, right? So once your download is complete, see, just 25.5 MB of size, 3.12.4. Yes, just click this or go to the downloads folder. The downloads folder, you will see this .exe file. Click this exe file. Click the exe file, right? So you should have got this window. You should have got this window, right? In other programming like Java, we need to set the path manually. But here, just select this. Add Python to path. That's it. It is going to add the Python to path variable of OS. We no need to set anything manually here if we select it. Don't forget to select this, right? Add python.exe to path. So from everywhere in your system, it is going to get recognized. From any drive, it is going to get Python is going to get recognized, right? Go for customize installation. Go for customize installation, right? Everything are pre-selected. Everything are selected, right? Documentation of Python, pip, ideally, and test suite. Ideally, integrated development learning environment, right? Where you are going to write the Python code and execute it. Pip to install any module of Python, documentation of Python, test suite. Nothing to select here, just to say next. So here, just to see that add Python to environment, this is ticked or not to check. This is the only thing. Add Python to environment, that is should be ticked. Nothing to select here also. But one thing you observe here at the bottom, installation location, where it is getting installed, right? Try to answer. C, users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python 312, right? Somewhere it is getting installed in some subdirectories. Tomorrow, if you want to locate Python, where it is available. Tomorrow, if you want to locate Python, where it is available, right? It will be too difficult, right? You need to enter into all the subdirectories. So instead of this, just I'll install Python in C drive. So just keep your mouse before this Python, right? Python 312 means 3.12. Remove all this, right? Remove all this. C/Python 312. C/Python 312, 3.12. Within the C drive, I am installing a 312 folder. Python 312 folder is going to get created. Within this Python 312 folder, your Python is going to get installed. Just say install. Hardly takes 30 seconds to install Python. No complex operation while installing, right? Just small size. Just select the location. Once it is properly, whether it is properly installed or not, once it is installed, let us check whether it has got properly installed or not. Yes. Python documentation. Python provides the neat documentation, clear documentation, right? Python can be installed in Mac OS, in Windows, in Linux, even if you have got smartphone, right? Within that, you can go to the Play Store and say Python, letter ID say, right? Python ID, you can select any one from the Play Store and you can write your code and execute the code in your smartphone also, right? Okay, almost done with the installation. Setup was successful. Close it. Yeah. Now, to check whether it is properly installed or not, to check to check whether it is properly installed or not, right? Yes. Closing all this. Go to this at the bottom, search is there, right? Search. Within that search, type CMD to go to the command prompt and say enter. Go to that CMD and press enter, right? Yes. Type Python here, right? And say enter. Interactive mode gets opened. Interactive mode. Just now we discussed, right? Interaction with Python statement by statement. And 23 into 42, I'm asking what is that value? X is 10, x plus 2, x minus 2, x into 2, x to the power, this is the power symbol, 10 square, 100. Okay, in this way, yes, Python is working properly. Yes, we are interacting with Python statement by statement, right? X equal to hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 hello for 5 times. X into 30 times it prints. So if you say quit, QUIT, if you say quit, it will come out of this, right? Yes. So Python is working fine. It is installed properly, right? So go to python.org website, python.org. Within that downloads, within this downloads, looking for a specific release. Downloads all releases. Within this all releases, scroll down and say looking for a specific release. Select Python 3.12.4, right? It's Windows, right? 64-bit. Windows 64-bit. Download and install. Now, there is installation, right? Python execution modes. Python execution modes. If you've got any queries, immediately you can unmute and you can ask your queries through voice, or even you can type your query in the chat. We'll provide multiple examples. From tomorrow, the actual programming is going to start. It is very simple, right? Python is a very simple programming, like normal English statements. Right? Python execution modes, two modes of execution. Two modes of execution. Interactive mode, and secondly, right, batch mode. Where to run the Python program? Yes, Ishwar contract. I'm discussing that modes. Python modes of execution, different ways of execution, right? One already I said, line by line execution. You can check this one. How to execute this is one way. Line by line, statement by statement. You can interactive mode, and secondly, batch mode. Two modes of execution, interactive mode and batch mode. Here we write it. Here we directly write Python statements. Python statements on the interpreter. Here we directly write Python statements on the interpreter, right? And the user. And the user can easily interact with the Python statement by statement. And the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. And for every what any Python functionality you can type and check what output it is going to provide. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, to test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. What is that? The main advantage of interactive mode, testing the functionalities of Python and to learn Python as a beginner, as a learner, the interactive mode works better. Batch mode, like other programming languages. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs, integrated development environment. We write within the editors or IDEs and save it by using .py extension and save it by using .py extension and later submit it to Python. We write set of statements within the editors or IDEs, save it by using .py extension and later submit it to Python. What are the various editors where we can write the Python code? What are the various editors where we can write the Python code, right? First is within the notepad, you can write within the notepad, within the edit plus. These two are for Windows environment. Right? VI and Nano. These are for Linux environment, right? So these first two are for Windows, next two are for Linux environment. We can write the Python code within this notepad and edit plus. Create a .py and execute. Okay. And what are the various IDEs? Various IDEs where we are going to write the Python code. Integrated development environment IDEs means integrated development environment. In real time, we use this like PyCharm, We have got many. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, right? Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. See, I'm going to show you on multiple IDs, right? Not on a single ID. You may ask why these many IDs for Python means Python is used for different environments. Different environments use different IDs for gaming or for data science environment or for big data environment. For data science or big data, Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred. Spider is mostly preferred. For typical web applications, PyCharm is preferred. VS Code is preferred, right? Yes. Among all this, right? PyCharm is the mostly used, right? Mostly used one. Mostly used IDE, right? Mostly used IDE. Yes. Next. Developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application within a editor. Developing the first Python application within an editor. Example like Notepad. Example like Notepad. Open Notepad. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. Up to now, we didn't discuss anything related to Python or Python code. So just I'll take two values, two numbers, x as 10, y as 20. I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, right? X plus y. X by y. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Just I'll copy this to a separate file, notepad file, control C, we say, right. Here at the bottom, say notepad, right. I'm copying it to separate notepad file, right, and I'm pasting it as save it. File, save. So I created a separate folder, right? Yes. Within the C drive, right? Python Python 7 p.m. batch. Sample1.py. So I saved it as sample1.py. I saved as sample1.py. I saved it as sample, any name with .py extension. Write some code. I written some two values performing addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Now submit this file. Now submit this file to Python as submit this file to Python as well. Just go to this command prompt, type cmd, right? Say enter. Now just to say Python and specify the entire path to Python, where it is available in C drive, in which folder is available, Python 7 p.m. batch. Within that, in which drive, in which folder, what is the file name, right? The .py extension, right? Check it. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Just say Python you'll see the Python 7 p.m. batch sample 1 dot py, right? Yes. But here, okay, you may think you are writing the code in the notepad, right? And you are executing it in the command prompt. Go to the command prompt, you are executing. But here, what is your observation? But here, we are writing at one place. Executing at the other place. We are writing at one place. We are writing the code at one place. Where you are writing within the notepad and executing at the other place. Within the command prompt. Within the command prompt. But I want to write and execute. But to write and execute at the same place. We are writing within the notepad and executing in the command prompt. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE. We have IDLE. We have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, using which but to write and execute at the same place. We have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute. At the same place. So just I'll write the same code in this IDLE, right? Integrated development learning environment, which comes along with this. Now, how to open this IDLE? How to open this IDLE? How we can run the code, execute the code within this IDLE, right? So just in the bottom search panel, type IDLE. Type IDLE. You got IDLE Python 3.12. See here everyone, ideally Python 3.12. Whenever in the search, if we type IDLE, it shows a Python 3.12. Click it, Python cell gets opened in this way. You can only work with interactive mode, single statement at a time. But multiple lines of code, say file, new file, you say, write your code here, save your code, and execute your code. Sample2.py. Save it. Save it as sample2.py. Now, here itself we are writing, here itself we can execute run module. Check this. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Okay. Here itself we can write your code and you can execute your code here, right? Understood, right? So these are the just check this. So today I will just discussing about this Python advantages of Python, why Python is suddenly super popular, Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes, two modes, interactive and batch modes. Yes. Developing the first Python application within editor. Yes. Understood. Any queries in this, anyone?
Yeah, actually, this is Venkatesh. I have some scenario question. Can I ask?
Mm.
Actually, I have 50 systems in my on-premises. I want to write. Hello?
So talking about big data, Hadoop or Python?
No, Python related.
Mhm.
Actually, I have 50 systems in my on-premises. I want to write the like monitoring scenario. Is it possible in Python? Like
What is
I
your,
want. Sorry.
you want to what? What kind of scenario you want to task you say?
Net. I want to monitor the system CPU, network, disk space, that kind of things.
So yes, OS module is there. In Python, we have got OS module, operating system module is there, and sys module is there.
Okay.
Two modules are there. Python is providing different 89,300 modules are there, right?
OS.
So we have got OS and sys modules are available for that.
Okay. Yeah. It is possible, right?
Yes, and I'm going to discuss as part of this, right? And
Okay.
OS module, sys module, math module, database module, data science module, big data module, graphics module.
Okay.
Uh,
PS util something kind of module is there now.
so many models are available, right? 89,300 modules, mainly for OS kind of activities. And for
Oh,
sys related, we have got this. So this is
oh,
the course content I'm going to discuss right as part of this. What is Python, history, applications, features, versions, installation, flavors. So tomorrow also everyone can attend the session to see more on this technical set, technical part. Same
oh,
timing at 7 p.m. using the same link. So tomorrow I'll be going with uh, how exactly what happens internally, right? When we store some variables or data types, right? Defined. So different editors, IDs, constants, variables, Python, conversions, escape sequences, operators, Python IDs, different IDs like Anaconda distribution, Spider, Jupyter Notebook. So flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, collections in Python, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, categories, arguments, keyword, non-keyword, arbitrary argument, yes, call by value, and here lambda function, reduce function, map function, modules in Python, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, and package in Python, errors and exception handling, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, regular expressions, database connectivity, how Python installation of one database. I'll be showing you how to connect with the database. Python date and time module. Just now someone asked it, OS operating system module, right? Operating system module, OS module. Advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closer, decorators, web scraping, working with CSV, XML, JSON, graphic programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, working with the data reduction to data science, Pandas model in brief, NumPy model in brief, and a Matplotlib. These 30 topics in brief, right, for Python core and advanced. And apart from this, people who wants full stack, right, Python full stack, the total. So I'm going to provide the entire knowledge of this Django framework. Yes.
Vijay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm an ETL tester. After completing this core and advanced course, what kind of job I can apply, like a Python developer or Python automation?
Okay. So 1 second. Yes. Just let me complete 1 minute. The Django applications, web frameworks, the Django installation, project architecture, applications creations, views, the Django templates, the Django admin models. So 15 to 20 applications you'll be developing along with me in this Django, right? It's a framework of Python for applications creations. The rapid speed you can develop applications in Python using this Django framework, most famous framework of Python. Apart from this, you will also be given knowledge on UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and MySQL, right? So 1 second. So this is what so in the last I was saying that Python core and Python advanced, nearly 70 hours I'm going to spend. 2 months is the duration, 6,000 is the course fee for only Python core and advanced. And apart from that, people who wants that entire Python package full stack, right? UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, Django framework with 15 to 20 applications creations. Yes, Flask framework, REST API, MySQL, right? And a project will be discussed. Another framework of Python, Flask is going to be discussed, and also REST API, right? Of all this. So from this second to seventh, right? Up to this 2 to 7. It also takes 70 days, 2 months, 7,000 is the course fee. For Python, 70 hours, framework 70 hours, 140 hours, 2 months for this Python core in advance, 2 months for this framework, 4 months. The course fee is 6,000 for this 7,000, totally 13. But if you are taking the entire package with a single payment, the fee is 12,000. And the timings of this let me make it clear. So for the first 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 7 p.m. 1 week, it will be at 7 p.m. Later, it will start at 8 p.m. So I'm making it clear before you go with the payment process, right? Yes. So you'll be getting the live recorded sessions. Each and every session will be recorded, right? You'll be getting the session video, even if you're absent for 1, 2 days, and go to the videos and attend the next session, right? Soft copy of the class notes, whatever, right? Clear notes, assignments and tasks to build confidence, right? So you are going to write your own code for that assignments and tasks. A WhatsApp group for technical discussion. Sir, if you got any error, you can take the snap of it and post it, right? And live interactive sessions from tomorrow itself, right? Everyone will be kept in unmuted status. You'll be interacting, right? For every statement I type, right? Interview questions I'll be providing 300 plus code examples, right? 300 code examples I'll be discussing, and 300 plus assignments task I'm going to provide you, right? And 15 to 20 applications creations, right? Fine. Even I also deal with the data, big data, right? Data engineering, right? It's Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, and Python. There is a package available for this Hadoop Spark with Python. And Python, you can attend this current batch 2 months. In that package, you will get the Python 2 months course. Monday to Friday, it will be. You can attend any of my Python batch. And so this will be a weekend batch, 12 weekends. The fee structure is 15,000, right? If anybody interested, you can check with that, right? Okay, fine. Some query was asked, right? Someone was asking, yes, how can 70? Okay.
One question: what you will do in this REST API? Like, can I get to know?
So APIs, right? We are going to create APIs. Yes. So
Okay.
here in this Django, we are developing many applications. So here this Django are using Flask, will develop many applications. And here in REST API, different APIs will be creating.
Fine.
Application programming interface, right? So application. Yes, you can apply for Python development jobs like Satyavira, right? So with this
Yeah.
knowledge, it's more than enough, right? So this many hours we are spending, this many applications we are creating, this many programs we are writing, right? So it's not 45 hours course. For Python, it's 70 hours. That's why with many working examples, right? So here three to four technologies you are learning right here. UI technologies, Django, Flask, REST API. Yes.
Sir, but the 70 hours cannot be completed in 2 months, right?
So yes,
Because
sometimes Saturdays I'll be taking some sessions, even some bigger sessions I'll be conducting, right? I'll intimate, pre-intimate to the students the timings, right? Yes.
otherwise it's a 14-week course.
So, okay, I'll be taking some extra sessions also requirement, right? Or it will go 2 months or just 1 or 2 weeks extra you might be getting. Right. 4 months. See, even people who are unable to spend 4 months, right, for this entire, you can also go parallelly, right? Monday to Friday, you can go with this Python. Saturday and Sundays, there'll be some weekend sessions for this frameworks, UI technologies, these things, right? 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. So you can update parallelly, right? You are unable to spend 4 months, parallel you can go where you can complete in 2.5 to 3 months. So you may ask when Python, without any knowledge of Python, how can we update? You may ask, but this UI technologies will be started first. HTML, cascading style sheets, JavaScript. This doesn't require any Python knowledge. Right? This doesn't require any Python knowledge. So parallel will be updated. By the time Python code gets completed, this UI technologies gets completed. By the time you go for advanced, you'll be given introduction to this framework. You can go parallel. So tomorrow also everyone can attend the session to see more on this, right? Tomorrow I'll be, you can also check the next 2 days, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we'll be showing some, we'll be entering into the programming part and check that, right? The training levels. Fine. Any other
What
queries?
about if I don't know about the Python and I start this PySpark?
You want to go for PySpark?
Yeah, no, I
Yes.
also want to go with Python, but if I want to parallel, if I, for example, I want to do Monday to Friday this Python, and also want to start on weekend 5 p.m. batch. You have this
Yes,
PySpark.
okay, you can go right. Python, by the time you go for the complex PySpark applications development, right? Whenever you are executing those, it takes time for that. First, I'll be discussing the Spark architecture, PySpark architecture. Later, I'll be discussing basic Spark inbuilt functions, transformations. By the time it takes 3 to 4 weeks, right? I said it's 12 weeks. First 3, 4, 5 weeks, right? By the time Python core gets completed.
Okay, okay, fine.
It's
Or
only, yeah.
or this is fine if I can do Python and after that that one PySpark, but I will submit fees right now together. Is it fine?
That is, anything is fine because Python, once you got enrolled, you can attend any of my batches, which I'm
Perfect,
going to.
perfect. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, to create a small homepage websites, we need to know about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, or we can know Python language only.
So to create a pages, right, web pages for HTML compulsory.
Without
H-
HTML, we can't
H-
create.
yes, you require home page. If you want to create something with different fonts, colors, images, frames, right? The HTML is required.
Okay, but what is the
Uh,
use of
how
Python, sir?
how good you present data? How good you present the data, right? By using
Okay.
HTML, cascading style sheets, JavaScript for dynamism. Python, right? See, web page, database. Who is going to bring the data? If you are entering some details and you are submitting the form, who should take the data and store in the database? Python. If you want, I want the customers whose salary is above 1 lakh, right? So from the database, it should fetch and it should display on your web page. Who is going to do that? Python.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Sir, we need to pay separately, sir, for Python core and advanced and for UI technologies.
So UI technologies is given freely, right? If you are going for this Django framework, for this Django framework, this UI technologies will be dealt and these things placed. So whenever you go for the Django framework, along with that, you are going to get all these things.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
If you are taking this, right, only Python means 6,000, but framework, Django framework is the majority part of this. If you're taking this, you'll be given knowledge on this UI technologies. And also
Okay.
about one more framework, Flash framework, these things will be provided.
Okay, sir. Sir, these are all completed in how many days?
I said here, right? 70 hours for this, 70 hours, 140 hours, approximately, right? Some plus or minus it may take.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Minus it won't take, less only, right?
Okay.
Okay, fine. So if I'm done with your queries, but there are no other queries, I will sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time, right? 7 p.m. with the same link to see more on this. Thank you all for your time. Bye. Good night.